Fixer got cool this week.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah.
So this is that.
That's class.
Anyway, here we are. So who's this fella? I got a tip for you. Referral to knock over St. Mike's.
Oh, get off. You need to put some professionalism and some knowledge over that couch.
Bay Rugby Boil Up, episode 2, take 1.
Tūtawa mai I runga, tūtawa mai I raro, tūtawa mai I waho, tūtawa mai I roto, kia tau ai te mauri tū, te mauri ora, ki te katoa haumi e hui e, tai ki e. Tēnā koutou e te whānau, no mai hara mai ki Bay Rugby Boil Up Podcast. Kia ora, my name's Pat Rae. Welcome back to episode 2. Gargs, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks very much, Pat. Lovely to be back. I am, to be honest, a little bit surprised that they've invited us back, but it is wonderful to be back. I really enjoyed it last time, sitting here talking some footy with you and sharing all of our bits and pieces here with the whole wide Bay of Plenty. So it's great to be back. Looking forward to another episode.
Yes, you do recall getting another phone call to come back. Maybe Nate Harris didn't pick up when Moana called him. Anyway, here we are. But who's this fella?
Pat, I'd like you to meet Tim. He sits next to you all day, every day in the Bay of Plenty Rugby offices. But Tim, lovely to have you here on the Bay Rugby Boil Up podcast. Wonderful to have some expertise join us on the couch tonight. Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Gags. Look, I was a wee bit jealous watching last week's and seeing that big seat next to you there, thinking I could be there. So
Yeah.
I've muscled my way in.
Yep.
Felt this place needed a little bit of, pick me up from an expertise perspective.
And you're a referee as well.
Referee as well.
Yeah.
Just bring some order to proceedings.
I'll probably keep an eye on him. If you've got your yellow and red cards ready to go,
Whoa,
probably need some
whoa.
one point.
He knows the drill.
You've raised the professionalism levels 100% on that side of the couch just by sitting down, so that's great to see. All right, let's get into the show. We're going to talk to you a bit, Tim, about what you do for Bay Rugby. So we're going to go double teaming.
Right.
I'll go first. What's your job? What's your role at Bay Rugby?
Sure. My role at Bay Rugby, I'm part of the community team as firstly events manager and senior club rugby manager. So from the events side of things, look after things like NPC, as well as putting our Ripper modules together, Youth Development Cup. And then from senior club rugby perspective, I'm the guy in the background looking after all the draws, doing things with the senior club working group, looking after a little bit of referee stuff, and just making sure our great game keeps going in the grassroots. So.
What a cool job.
Oh, I know.
I get one of those.
He gets paid to do stuff that there are hundreds of volunteers out there doing the same job for
That's
nothing.
awesome, mate. How long
Surprisingly busy, but yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
Since November in a full-time capacity, but I'm actually into my third year now working for the Bay Union off and on. So thanks to the man on the other couch there for getting me involved a few years ago, and here I am.
Awesome, mate. Yeah. So you played some footy?
Wee bit in my time.
You look like a halfback probably. Are you 9?
Yeah, 9-10, mate.
19. Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Oh, you're both living in Disney.
So you're originally from Gisborne area?
Yeah, I am, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and bred down there. Played all my junior rugby, high school rugby, and early club rugby for the famous Ngātapa club, Ian Kirkpatrick's club.
Yes.
Yep.
And my dad's a late father's a life member. My brother has been club captain and president and all that sort of thing. So it's all sort of in our blood down there.
You better give him a shout out then while you're here.
Yeah.
I just did. That's all he needs. Stu? No, he doesn't. He doesn't need any more
All right.
promotion.
Biggest, most important question of the whole night. What's the real Bay?
Lived in Hawke's Bay for a wee while, but there's no question really.
Good
the
answer.
Real Bay. As a kid, I never really liked Hawke's Bay. I thought they used to be bullies. They used to come up to Gisborne and beat Poverty Bay up and be the big cheese.
Yep.
So I never liked the Magpies at all, and that stayed with me through life. And now I live over here. Real Bay.
My 2 years in Hawke's Bay, used to love going up to Gisborne and giving Poverty Bay a touch-up. Which used to be fantastic. Did it 2 years in a row, 93, 94. Go up to Poverty Bay, give them a bit of a touch-up on the field, and then have a good bus trip home. Back in the amateur days when there was a little bit of ale on the bus coming home.
Yes. Oh, those are the good old days.
Yes.
Well, Tim, it is absolutely wonderful to have you join us. We do appreciate your time, and I think he's passed the interview process.
Well, we'll see how we go. We've still got 45 minutes.
All right then. We'll keep you going.
All right.
Keep
Okay.
the scorecard.
we're going to get into the show's format. We'll just run through exactly what we're going to do. So we'll cover last week's fixtures, a bit of a review over the session. We've got our famous 10 in the bin.
Yeah, our opportunity to have a little bit of a debate or an argument about something and get some of your ideas too, Tim.
Or Tim can ref.
Yeah, true.
We've got a Club Legend of the Week. We'll talk about next week's fixtures coming up, and then we'll finish with Spotlight.
And I know you've all been wanting to see it. We do have a clip of the famous Nongata under 8s. You'll see that later on tonight in Spotlight.
But before we do anything else, we need to acknowledge our sponsors. Shows like this don't just happen, so let's acknowledge our sponsor
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. We are rapt to have DDL Goodrick Contracting be on board and sponsor us here. DDL Goodrick Contracting is proud to support the Bay Rugby Boil Up, local Gecko Productions, and the communities that make Bay Rugby really special. Based here in Rotorua, they combine more than 35 years of industry experience with a skilled team of over 50 local staff to deliver complex infrastructure projects with certainty.
From civil construction, drainage, and drilling through to subdivisions, concrete, asphalt, and three waters infrastructure, they provide practical, reliable solutions from first cut to final completion. With extensive knowledge of the region's unique ground conditions, including geothermal terrain and pumice soils, DDL Goodrick is trusted to deliver quality outcomes that stand the test of time.
They're committed to building strong infrastructure, supporting local communities, and backing the grassroots rugby that brings people together, as well as your place for all things BOP rugby, the Bay Rugby Boil Up.
Yep. Thanks very much, DDL Contracting. We appreciate you guys.
All right, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is going to have a look at last week's fixtures. And we'll turn to our tally. Oh, I forgot to push the remote. Hey, there we go. The automatic remote control. Let's run through the scores, guards.
Yeah, so this is the first one up the top there. This one was televised here on Local Gecko TV. Love doing the call with you on Saturday. Te Puke versus Opotiki. Look, the Te Puke Pirates got that one in the end, but I was really, really impressed with the boys from Opotiki. They put on an absolute clinic, and there in patches, when the game got a little bit less structured, boy, oh boy, they were dangerous. So, yeah, keep an eye on them.
Wasn't it only 17-14 with about 10 minutes to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
That's it. They were. That score probably doesn't show how good Opotiki was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to name drop too early, but there's that 17-year-old Shea Collier, I think his name.
Shea Collier, yeah, he was great. Yeah.
Tauranga Sports at the stadium on the number 2, 36-7 over Whakarewarewa. And the last game there, there's a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting this score. 43-35 to Puna over Greaton.
Yeah.
My tips was Greaton.
Well, that's the middle of the table sort of stuff there, and that's anyone's game. And it was really good. So Te Puna had Sharman Johnson, who was playing his 100th game for the Blue and Black Army. So I think that's probably why they got up over Greaton there. The boys had really something to prove.
Yeah, I think Te Puna have had that sort of early season shock, and they've built themselves back up really well. You know, they came really close against the Mount. And now they're building nicely through the middle part of the season.
Highlights package from the game that we covered, Gargs. And you'll see here.
This is the 50-22, didn't he?
Yeah.
See, and that was a couple of moments like that. Te Puke just were able just to pick out a few bits and pieces, which put Opotiki on the back foot there.
He did that a couple of times too.
He did.
He had one call back. That was an interesting call.
Yes, it was. Yeah, they had crossed back or something. I couldn't quite get what the referee called there. But this is when it was a little bit less structured. I mentioned that before, but Opotiki was really, really clinical when it came to that time. And watch this. He just comes around the blind side. Boomfa.
Yeah.
Get off me.
What do they call him? Boom, boom, shake the room.
But that's what you were talking about. With 8 minutes to go, it was only 17-14, and that sort of blew out the score of that try and the following, and it didn't really show how awesome Opotiki was.
Yeah. So 4 tries to the Pirates with young Aaron Gibbs pretty handy with the boot. 3 from 4 conversions and 2 from 2 penalties and 2 from 3 50-22s.
Yeah, they were really good. But you've got to think, Opotiki hasn't been in this comp for 7 years. Yeah. And you know, for them to come back in and still be really, really competitive, even though that score might not show it, they've been competitive all of this first round. So, I know that they're going to be dangerous.
I've said it a few times already. They've got the opportunity to come home with a wet sail in the second round.
Yep, absolutely.
4 home games they've got.
Yeah.
out of 6 games.
Yeah.
So watch out.
And you'll get heaps of people down at the Opotiki grounds.
Yep.
And that's what we encourage. You know, if games, I know Opotiki is going to be televised this week. We'll make that call on Saturday together. But if you can get down to the grounds, go down and cheer these guys on. They love it. They know that you're there, and they'll put on a big performance there. If you're down at the ground, give them all. Yeah.
All right, I think we've got the Premier standings. Here we go. Tauranga Sports 6 from 6. Marlins, Pirates, Te Puna ran out the top 4. Maris, Whakarewarewa, and Opotiki there at the bottom.
Yeah, so Tauranga's got the bye this week, so that's a good opportunity for everybody else to maybe play a little bit of catch up there. But at this stage, they're head and shoulders above everybody else.
Okay, men's development. We covered the first game, 46-12, Rotorua Stadium number 2.
That was impressive.
Oh.
That was absolutely impressive. Everybody probably wrote off Whakarewarewa, except Whakarewarewa.
Yep.
They would never write themselves off. The boys in red and black are tough as tough. And to come up against the current champions or the current table toppers, Tauranga Sports, my goodness, I wasn't expecting to see a score like that. So Tamaho Palmer's whipped them into shape over the course of the week, and those boys in red and black were looking good on Saturday.
I caught up with the coach of the Tauranga Sports Development,
Yes.
Gappy, and Gappy had to strip.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were short a few players.
Yeah.
And,
I can only imagine what his halftime chat would have been like. He would have been going off.
Yeah. No, great work there. I would have loved to see Walker get the dub, but Tauranga just too clinical, eh?
Yeah, and Te Puna too strong over Greta Maris. Greta Maris development team's going quite well at the moment.
Yeah, look, I think the whole club there has just been a little bit impacted by injuries, so they've had to call in the reinforcements a bit. Look, they'll regroup. Again, they've been a little bit out of sorts, not being able to play at home in the early part of the season.
Yeah.
They're back at home this week. The G-Town boys will be back up for it.
And a quick shout out to the Greerton Got the Runs famous cricket team. Tim and I are both members of the team. We had a stellar summer season.
What did you say the team name is?
The Greerton Got the Runs.
Got the runs. But I don't know if I want to share a
It's
couch with you if you've got the run.
To be fair, very, very seldom we actually got the runs. But anyway.
But we had a good time. Okay, moving on.
Sorry, mate. Another
Oh.
shout out there too, just to our visiting refs from.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
really
we
good
had,
point.
as well.
yes,
Yeah, from-
we had two Cody and Steve from counties.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a couple of Auckland referees. We went out for dinner on Saturday night
How'd it go?
at the Freeport. They were very good. It was
Yeah,
a really nice dinner, good meal,
Yeah.
good company, nice beer.
Yeah.
Did Jamie
Uh,
actually pay?
Huh?
Did Jamie actually pay? Jamie Bell. Did he-
We can't talk about him. We can't talk about him paying for my meal. That
Oh,
didn't happen.
No.
That did not happen.
Just cut that one out. Just
Yeah.
let Alex know. He'll cut that out of the podcast. That's all right.
Yeah, it won't make it. Anyway, the development highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty good game. This game to call.
Watch the streak down here of the hooker. He had no reason to score that try other than he just was tougher and
Yeah.
stronger than the entire team.
Yeah, there was some pretty good tries here.
Yeah. Te Puki were great. They a couple of weak tries actually there. Good tries, but just weak tackles, weak defence that they pushed through.
Got to say, Te Puki's doing pretty well now after losing 97-0 a month ago
Yeah.
Oh, really?
in the development to the Mount. So,
So this player here, he got 4 in the end, I think. 4 tries, didn't he? He was their fullback or their winger. No, centre, sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
He got four tries in that game, and we talked about him potentially going up and playing premiers. He was that good for the development.
I think I might have seen a photograph of a couple of players. I won't mention what team they were in, but they were backing up in the Prems.
Yeah.
And I think there might have been a couple of bottles of ale sitting between the two players.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very interesting sideline substitutions bench.
Rolling the bench with refreshments, extra refreshments. Yeah.
Yep, they had
Yep.
some
So
refreshments.
that's that Milan there. 4 tries. That's a massive, massive effort. And we talked about that one. 3 tries, I think everyone shouts you. 4, you shout the bar.
Yeah. And deservedly so too,
Yeah,
right?
wonderful,
Just
wonderful
being
player.
greedy, not passing the ball. Here's the table. Looks very similar to the Premier Men's. Tauranga Sports on top, 6 from 6 with 6 bonus
Yeah,
points.
that's it. The perfect start.
Yeah. Marlins, Greta Maris, Te Puna make up the top 4. Pirates, Portakey and Whakarewarewa round out the 7.
But if you have a look here, Pat, there you've got just 1 point or 2 points in it here between these top teams. So it's going to be an interesting run home, pretty much.
It's a relaxing week off for Tauranga, though, isn't it? I mean, go and lay on the beach or whatever for the weekend and still be in first place next week. So.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. We must be nearly close to the end of round 1.
We are. Last weekend coming up.
Okay, so then we roll into round 2.
And then we roll into round 2, yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Baywide Premier Women's. We had the pleasure of calling this game 38-28. Marlins over Ruatoki. And Nongataha too strong for Porapora 53-5.
Yeah, wonderful to see that score, the Marlins versus Ruatoki, and televised here on Local Gecko TV. You may or may not know that the pre-season, the Marlins actually beat Ruatoki, I think it was 40 points to 7. So to see the score that close, I think that's a credit to the Ruatoki women who've really come a long way and obviously put some really hard work in on the training field. This is your one. You called this one, Pat.
Oh, this is the
premium.
Melissa Lear's turnover, and then that big run. I caught up with the referee. She's definitely on the try line when she does that.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
This is the run it straight moment. Look at this. Gets the ball on the halfway line, pushes off 3, 4, 5 defenders there, and keeps going through the 22, and only just caught there in a desperate attempt. I thought that was a great charge. Big wide ball out here. Yeah, the Marlins just showing they've got too much skill, too much talent, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they score there. That's right. This young girl scores a try right at the end. That was this is the try where, had there been a few more minutes, if this is a 90-minute game, they're rolling over the top of the Marlins here.
Yeah, great comeback there by Ruatoki. I think that's really sharp, showing what they can do, and awesome to have that one televised over in Ruatoki as well. I know that was a big day for them. We've got a couple of things to talk about later on in the podcast about Ruatoki. Awesome club, really neat club. Oh yes, moment of the week.
Oh.
So check this out. This is probably my favourite try that all weekend actually.
This is right at the end of the game, right?
Right at the end here. Look where they are on their field, on their inside their 22, right inside the red zone. Steps 2, 3, show and go, and then just a clean pair of heels.
Switches the ball over so she can fend.
You can't coach pace.
No. Gets around the edge.
Yeah.
And that's 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. So that's Kaya Puku, the Mount Maunganui Marlins player there.
Whoa. Pat's moment.
That's fantastic. The moment of the week is a far better title than Pat's moment of the week. Hey, maybe next week it might end up being Gag's moment of the week. I don't know. Just keep working on that.
It's got a better ring to it.
Tim's moment.
Yeah.
I said that we would drop my name if we got a sponsor.
Oh, I think the sponsor looks pretty good, that star.
Hey, but Gags is the sponsor. So, yeah.
Kaya Puku, absolute superstar in the Mount Marlins team there. Believe it or not, she was going to play for Whakarewarewa, the women's team originally, but there was something happened there that...
Whakarewarewa ended up having to pull out.
Yeah, they pulled out of that, and which left a couple of absolute superstars like Kaya out of the mix, and so she's went over and applied her trade at the Marlins, and I'm pretty confident they would be happy to have her. So.
All right, let's go to the standings now. Nongataha at the top. We've seen them twice on the show.
Yep. So the Nongataha Women's have got a couple of debutants in their squad coming up this week. So it'll be good to see those guys running out there too.
Marlins with that win moves them into second. Ruatoki third. Rangatawa and Poraporo make out the 5. Okay. Moving around, we're going to head around the motu now and check out some scores from all of the senior club. So let's have a look at the Championship Women's first. We didn't talk about this last week, and that's just an oversight. We do apologise, ladies. We will definitely include all of the Championship Women's results from here on in.
That's what we're trying to do here, is include everything Bay-wide. If it's happening in the Bay, we want to talk about it. We want to show you guys exactly what's happening in all of our clubs through all of our different grades. So we'll keep an eye out for that and make sure we include it every week.
So Aporiki travelled to Te Puke just like their men did the day before. Good win there to Aporiki 51-5. Te Puna 2 strong over Arataki 41-17. And TVC from the East Coast 72-5. I think, Tim, they might be top of the table.
They are top of the table, and I actually went down and watched the second half of that game on Sunday. Really impressed to see how the TVC club, their support. I was talking to their coach, Dougs, after the game. They get support from Hamilton, Rotorua, Tauranga, all coming to their games. There was almost more supporters there than there was Greedon people. Yeah. So really cool. He did mention their bus trips home.
Well, I was going to say, every trip for them, every game's a trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Even just to get to Aporiki?
Yeah. But there was the last weekend after they travelled home from Whakatane playing against Te Puna. Was a very, very late night, early morning.
Those are the things we'll just keep secret, eh? Those are the things
that's right.
They go on in the bus, stay in the bus.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the championship table. So here we go. TVC, top of the table, 3 from 3, 3 bonus points. That's a clean pair of heels. Zip. Aporiki sitting in second. Te Puna, Arataki, Pirates and Greater Marist yet to trouble.
See, their top four's really close again. Looking at that one. TVC definitely has the edge there, but anybody's game in that top 4. Pirates and Greaton still looking for their first win, but I'm sure it'll come.
Tim, as the senior competitions man, how does one of these clubs progress into Premier next year?
Plain and simple, win the competition. So automatic promotion, because we've had teams pull out of the Premier this year, automatic promotion for the winner of this grade, should they elect to.
So if it is TVC?
That'll be, I mean, they've only committed to being in our competition for this year. And at this stage, we've only committed to having them for this year. And obviously, we'll just have a conversation after the end of the season and see how things go.
Actually, you just want to, for the viewers, just let everyone know why they ended up playing in our competition this year?
Yeah, I'm sure everyone will remember the poor weather we had back in January. And for the East Coast area, geographically, it's one of the biggest provinces around. And there was damage to the roads beyond Cape Runaway or Whangaparua, where TVC is based. That wasn't going to allow their teams to travel through to the other side of the East Coast to play in their local competition. So they approached us and the Eastern Bay Sub-Union, so their men's side's obviously playing in Eastern Bay, and their women's team, making some big trips to play in our women's championship. But obviously they're travelling pretty well, so good on them.
Nice.
I just think it's wonderful that both sub-unions have got together and said, look, how do we get people playing footy?
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. If there's disasters and things like that stop them from playing, then we put our heads together and make it work.
And if you go back in history as well, TVC was actually originally a Bay of Plenty club.
And
then they re-affiliated to the East Coast, and you could argue they've come back home for a year. So
see what you mean by saying that you brought a whole lot of knowledge to the couch. Hey, how clever is that? Didn't know that one.
He's raised the knowledge on that side of the room immensely.
I can swap couches if need be.
All right, next competition we're going to have a look at the Colts and under 85s. Greaton 2 strong for Te Puke, 34 points to 22.
Yeah, Alex Elliott, 50th game there for Greaton. So I'm sure the boys there would have got up for him.
Yeah, and you may be wondering, 50 games for Colts? Well, he's making the most of the under 85 KG.
He's made the most of that. But he was right from the very start.
He was.
So he started off.
Not only that, Alex, I know him, he's a good young man. When he first started playing, he'd never played rugby before, been a soccer man all his life.
Really?
Wow.
So
good on him. Awesome story.
Good on him, yeah.
Fantastic.
And now getting capped.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Tauranga Sports, well, they're cleaning up everything at the moment, aren't they? 55-12 over Taupō.
If I was a betting man, I'd say that Tauranga Sports is not going to win this weekend in Colts, in development, or in Prems. I will put the house on it, Pat. If the Tauranga Sports Colts win this weekend, or the Premiers, or the development, you buy me a Coke.
Gargs, it's absolutely true what they say about you. You are an idiot.
Tell you what, you go straight there and shout the bar when they don't. Yeah.
Good week off for them. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the table. Yeah, Tauranga Sports top. Mount Maunganui, Greta, Maris, Te Puke, and Taupo. I'll tell you what, Bushy won't be very happy sitting in second place.
No.
G'day, Bushy. How you going, mate? Righto, let's head around the motu now. Eastern Bay Premier Men, Whakatane and Marist over TVC, 47 points to 13. And then this game here, Pāroa, Poroporo.
The Wheke versus the Pukeko. That one, that's a huge game. Look, that score, completely forget the score. That's a massive game for both clubs. I know they both put a lot of time and effort into playing that particular game. There's two taonga that they actually play for that one, the Joss Rana Pia and Wawi Hohapata Memorial Trophies. So massive day for both of those clubs. Pretty much their whānau. You know, they're two very different clubs, but they're filled with all their whānau. And I know they may be whānau off the field, but the moment their referee blows the whistle, they get stuck into each other for 80 minutes, and then they go back up to the club and enjoy it. So forget the score, remember the game, remember the taonga that were played for, remember the guys that they were playing for as well.
Yeah. I remember a couple of years ago, Grassroots TV broadcast this particular game, and I think it was about 3,000 people turned up.
Oh,
it
brilliant.
was crazy.
Yep, that's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And rounding out the other game, Rua Toki 50, Tāne Atua 17. And here's the table. Te Tego 6 from 6 from 6.
Perfect start.
Yeah, clean heels. Considering they had a couple of losses in pre-season.
They turned it around.
Yeah, they turned it around. Whakatane, Maris, Paro, and Rua Toki there, with TVC, Poroporo, and Tāne Atua rolling out the 7. We'll have a look at the senior reserves. Te Teko 31 over Waimana 29. And in the reserves game, Pāroa got the dub there over Poroporo 50-10.
And I think some of those guys there in the reserves actually backed it up and went to play Prems as well. So they played 2 games back to back for that big day at Pāroa and Poroporo.
It's lucky they don't have that minutes limitation.
That's
like
they do for juniors.
For juniors and secondary schools. They need to introduce something like that, though.
Yeah, give them a bit of a break.
And here's the table here. Edgecombe on top with 19. Te Teko reserves second, so they're having a pretty good run at the moment.
That's great for Te Teko. Yep.
Waimana Matata ran out the top 4, and Pāroa and Poroporo at the 5th and 6th place.
I just think it's wonderful that these clubs are getting that many players down.
They've got 2 teams.
Exactly, that they can field 2 teams, which is absolutely wonderful to see.
Yep. I think we're heading over to Rotorua. Rotoiti, too strong for Kahukura, 33 points to 12. Nongataha, give Waikite a bit of a touch-up. That won't
don't say it around here with all the Millers that are here behind the cameras, all right? Maybe forget that one too. But no, talking to a mate of mine who's tied up with Waikite, that score doesn't reflect what's happening down at that club. Huge numbers. Numbers are absolutely skyrocketing at the moment, which is great to see. And just want to mention a couple of their players, Lorenz Kapa and Lashane Ratana Hicks, debutants going out this weekend to put on the yellow and black, and I'm sure they'll go really well. But watch this space for Waikite. The numbers are rising. Good quality players turning up to practice now. So keep an eye on them over the next little while.
Next week. Get the dub next week.
There's a flea in your ear.
All right, so we're surrounded, and for those of you who don't know, we're surrounded here with all the Miller family. So you might remember Mike Miller. Played a few games for Waikite. I don't know, maybe 200. I don't know what it was. And of course he was in the Steamers and things as well. And then Local Gecko Productions is pretty much the Miller family and the extended whānau. So we appreciate all the Millers, and we'll say nice things about Waikite because they pay us.
You know, the best thing about the Miller family is the wahine.
Yeah, Moana. That's the best thing about the Millers.
Maris St Michael's. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
1917.
So, always back my Maris boys, but goodness gracious, they gave me a bit of a heart attack there. So look, that was played for the Ty Mitchell Shield, and you can just see how important that Ty Mitchell Shield is within the Rotorua competition. So Maris should have pumped on probably 30-40 points there, but the boys from EP, boy oh boy, they came ready to play. And it just shows they wanted to get that taonga. They wanted to take that back to their club. And boy, oh boy, they very nearly did.
Yep. Yep. That shield, I see it's been around since 1913, so
1913.
just shows obviously how much mana it has.
Yep.
EP, they might not have won all years, but they only lost by 2 there, so good on them.
Yeah, really close.
And then the local derby down in Murupara, Reparoa, 36-17. Murupara get the dub.
I said last week, Murupara is the team on the up, and it is awesome to have them back in this comp and to see them put on points like that's great.
Great to see the Teddy family keeping that club together. Here's the table. Nongataha on top, 7-7-7. Another clean sweep.
Yep.
Rotoiti, Marison Michaels, and Waikite make up the top 4. And then Murupara, Kahukura, Reparoa, and Eastern Pirates in 8th place. All right, last of the Motu Travels, Western Bay Seniors. Huria over Papamoa 29-7. Huria's first win of the game. Papamoa and Tim and I's work colleague Jamie Hodge's team getting another toweling. To be fair though, Jamie Hodge, hats off to you, mate. Played every minute of every game.
Had
so
hooker
far
this
year.
week, lock last week, hooker this week. Pick a position, man. Come on. He was just lucky he didn't get the ref that was originally assigned though.
Yes,
was able to stay on
yeah,
the field
Yeah.
for 80
Another one
minutes.
of our work colleagues, Jamie Bell, was supposed
Yeah.
to referee that
Oh,
game. Yeah, it would have been interesting. I'm pretty sure Jamie's had already filled out his red card report that he was going to issue on his workmate. But then circumstances got in the way. Jamie had to give up his game, and one of the Auckland interchange referees
Oh, they came down and played
took
that one.
Took it over instead. So, yep, Huria 29, Papamoa 7. A big win by Rangataua over Edi, 52 points to 22. And Kati just keep rolling on, 22-12.
That was the top of the table, that one.
Yeah.
So
So Kati had a ladies' day on Saturday at the club for the Stags, and got all the wahine in there and supported them. And it was a lovely event by the looks of things. So yeah, well
did you
done.
not get invited?
Yeah, well, I'm not on that invite list now. That normally goes to the community rugby and the competitions
Yeah.
people. So
Oh, I thought, because it was Ladies' Day.
I don't know.
Stop it.
Are you going to bring him back next week?
No, no. Nate Harris, answer the phone when I call you. Let's have a look at the table for Western Bay. There you go, Kati way out in front. They're having a pretty good season. Rangataua, Rangiru, and Arataki make up the top 4. Papamoa, with their couple of hiccups over the last couple of weeks, slip out of the top 4, with Huria and their win getting off the bottom of the table. Okay, we have got a little bit of time to chat before we roll into the next bit. So
I didn't see a slide up there for the Golden Oldies rugby. So we had a couple of Golden Oldies matches over the course of the weekend too. I know the Kahukura Kumara, those boys that have been around for a long, long time, they played the Papamoa Potbellies. I said to a mate of mine, hey, did you win? Let me know the results for the podcast. And he texted me back and he said, I think we had a win, but I was drinking all day, so I don't actually know. So I know the Kumaras, awesome team.
Was it most beers wins?
Yeah, well, if it was most beers wins, I reckon the Kumaras probably would have had that one sewn up prior to even getting on the bus. But awesome to see, that maybe a little bit too old now to play for the premiers or the development or even the reserves and that. But the old boys still chucking the boots on and going for a run around with their mates. Really good fun.
It's cool to see.
I've had a bit of fun refereeing at a Golden Oldies World Cup a few years back on the Gold Coast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Kumaras go to that one. They get everybody together and they fly over to the Gold Coast and they do that. In fact, a little birdie told me that they took all of their rugby gears over there, got to the Gold Coast and decided they couldn't really be bothered playing any footy. So they put all their gears on, took photos and sent them home to their wives and then went to the pub.
And didn't go to the tournament.
True Golden Oldies spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
But their wives all think they had a great time playing footy. So
Gosh.
Hey, you mentioned it though. What about junior rugby? There's a couple of.
Well, look, you've obviously heard about the Nongataha under 8s.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I might just hold fire on that one because we may or may not have a video there of my boys and girls getting stuck into each other a little bit
No.
later on
What a
there.
stitch.
So,
No.
yeah.
What about? I'll talk about Papamoa Blue under 7, year 7s, I should say.
Yes.
Look, had a really good strong win by 78 points to 17 over Rangataua.
Ooh.
The referee made it through 80 minutes as well. So, yeah.
That wouldn't have been you by any chance, would it?
No, not at all.
Year 7, what's that? Under 12s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't knock it till you tried it.
First year of intermediate school, so Ty Mitchell age sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've got a sore right arm from awarding all the tries on the weekend.
I thought you were going to say you got a sore right arm from all the penalties.
Boys, don't forget high tackles, don't backchat the ref, and watch what you do at the rucks.
I think you're talking to all players across the whole bay.
Yeah.
With those 3 pointers. Yeah, don't backchat the refs.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's good.
We need some clips of other teams because I do not want to be talking
Oh,
about
TBC
Noataha
315.
Yeah.
under 8 and Papamoa year 7s for the rest of the season. So please, if you do have clips of your teams, you can send them to us. You can post them on social media and tag us in them. You can send them by smoke signals. You can put it in an envelope and lick a stamp and stick that on it. But please, let's not be bombarded with just Noataha under 8s and Papamoa.
You'd have to be
year 7s.
pretty good to beat the Noataha under 8s at the moment. They are electric. But no, look, that's exactly right. Our social media there for Local Gecko. Get into it, the Instagram and Facebook there, of course. Send your information, all your videos and things through to that our email address. But also, share this podcast around. We had quite a few views. My son said to me, Dad, did anyone actually watch your podcast? I said, oi, watch this. And he looked at it and he said, oh, that's several hundred views, Dad. That's all right. You're pretty famous. I said, thank you very much. But probably just help me prove so. I point to my son. Share it out there, whānau. Get it out there to everybody so that we can be more famous than we are.
I know how famous I am, but how famous are you? Tell us the story about what happened last week.
Yeah, so I was down at the JAB Fields here in Rotorua. And just sitting there watching the game before mine and just about ready to warm my little ones up. And I hear somebody walk past me and go, bro, you need to let that other fella talk. So, yeah, criticism.
Thank you very much.
Criticism taken on board. I will let you guys speak this week.
I went to a Central Bay referees meeting last night. And just as I walk in the door, one of the referees in the meeting goes, I didn't realise we needed a commentator for tonight. So clearly we are becoming famous in our own minds.
Famous, and that's probably as far as it'll get, Pat.
Yeah.
Just famous in our own minds, in this room. Yeah.
Okay, we need to get... Whoa, there's a flash.
Jeepers, the graphics have got cool this week,
Oh,
haven't
it's scary.
they? Yeah.
So this is that...
that's class.
So this is a segment called 10 in the bin.
Yeah, there we are.
Actually,
Which one's Oscar the Grouch?
it's like those two guys on the Muppets. Okay, so 10 in the bin. This is where we get to, argue or discuss or debate a question. Now, clearly there's been a lot of thought and planning gone into this because we don't actually know what the question is.
Yeah, well, last week we knew exactly what we were going to talk about, so we had a bit of time prior to sitting down.
38 seconds.
38 seconds worth of time to actually formulate an opinion.
Do we get a drum roll with this?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
all right.
Be happy to hear the question.
So let's see. Is there a question?
All right, here we go. Has the quality of club rugby in the Bay of Plenty progressed or regressed in the last 20 years?
Oh, I don't know if I'm old enough. I'm not old enough.
Wow.
I can talk about the last 12 years
Yeah.
because that's how long I've been here.
Well, look, let me just start off by saying if Mike Miller was able to make the Steamers from playing club rugby 20 years ago, it probably wasn't a great competition. No, just taking it, just having you on there, Mike. Hey, look, so my personal rugby career really was playing first 15 for Rotorua Boys High School. Then I shot over to Hamilton and played for university over there for a few years, and then got the call up to come back here and went and played for Whakarewarewa and had some 3.5 years there. Really, really enjoyed that. Thought it was time to hang up my boots, and I was done with footy. Had the kids and did all that sort of stuff, and then my brother-in-law Craig Hodge said to me, bro, you got to come back. I'm going to coach Marist St. Michael's. And so I went there and played 3 or 4 seasons with the Marist boys, and from there have managed the team and hung around with all of those guys. So for me, that's sort of my history in regards to the Bay Rugby. Look, when I was first playing for Whakarewarewa, the quality was just outstanding here in Rotorua. You know, Waka were a team that when you turn up, you were already 10 or 15 points ahead just as you stepped off the bus. They were feared. They were really, really feared. And I think now that there's a lot of time and effort that have gone into Western Bay teams, I think that sort of evened out a little bit as well. So has it progressed? I don't know, but it definitely hasn't regressed, I'm sure.
Are you talking the Warwick Morehu?
Yeah, so it's just a little bit after. So he was
Warwick.
kicking around at the club at the time, but Clayton McMillan was coaching us. So we had Donk there, and Jake Rogers was another one. Jake's now coaching the Rotorua Boys High First 15. Good quality players there at Whakarewarewa. So
I can tell you just that one name, Warwick Morehu. He might have put Whakarewarewa might have put fear into the locals around here.
Yeah.
I was working in South Auckland at the time. Counties police used to come down and play Bay of Plenty police.
Yeah.
Warwick Morehu would bring all his steamers mates to come and play in their Bay of Plenty police team.
Yeah.
There was a bloody steamers front row playing in the Bay of Plenty. Warwick Morehu was playing for the steamers and the police. Even we were scared of them, and they were police officers like us, but we were terrified of them.
Yeah.
And the game would be played at Whakarewarewa. They put on a good feed for us.
Yep. And the locals come down to Puringa Park.
Yep.
You know, that's why with that fire, it's, as I said last week, it's definitely destroyed the club rooms, but it hasn't destroyed that club. They're a really strong club, and they'll be back because they have a lot of pride in that Puringa field. You know, the songs we used to sing as we travelled by bus back into Puringa. But for me, I really think that the Baywide has always been a fantastic competition. Good quality rugby, and it just is swinging out of Central Bay a little bit over towards Western Bay in the last sort of 5-10 years. And that's where a lot of energy is going at the moment. A lot of quality players are coming out of these good schools, Rotorua Boys, Tauranga Boys, and going to play for Mount and Tauranga and those sorts of teams.
So there's a bit of history. This year, I believe, is the 36th year of Baywide. And I guess I haven't been here for anywhere close to that, so I'm not at liberty to judge. But from what I've seen in my time in, I guess, senior ranks in club rugby, I'd agree with you. It hasn't regressed, most certainly. Has it progressed? We've probably got some work to do. But hey, let's look at some of the positives. My biggest positive for this year is a Poiki.
Wonderful, yeah.
And, you know, with how the season's now worked out for them, they've got a free shot this year. There's no relegation out of Premier, so they get a free shot at it and get to build on next year, and hopefully that's enough of a catalyst for other clubs, other teams, whether it's Central or Eastern. I really, really hope it is, to say, hey, I want to crack at that as well. Build up our Premier grade, and then hopefully that then filters down to the other grades as well. Look, I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of things that are floating around to talk about later in the year to hopefully build on that and get that to a progress perspective. But hey, for all the club rugby I've followed through my life, I'll never forget 6 years ago watching a particular semi-final with the club I was managing at the time, Greta Marist, against Te Puna. Hands down, down the best game of club rugby I've ever been involved in and seen and witnessed, even though we lost.
Was that the game where you hit the front?
Hit the front,
and you had to
on
catch
79 minutes.
You had to catch a kickoff,
and all Stan Vanderhoven had to do was catch the kickoff.
And
the rest is history. But anyway,
yeah. Well, I mean, you could also look at the Steamers. You know, if the Baywide comp is strong and progressing, like I believe it is, you know, you see the Steamers making more and more advancements in there, because that's what's feeding these Steamers, boys.
My response to that question is probably not going to answer it, but what I've seen, I've been back from Australia for 12 years now, and I've noticed that there's massive engagement in our grassroots footy, and I'll give you an example. There's a fellow at Pāroa who posted, I think it was a little short video. He was at Pāroa and he just went round the ground at Pāroa with his camera. And there would have been 400 people there. Massive engagement.
It's awesome.
At a club footy game. You go to any game in Central Bay, Eastern Bay, Western Bay, there's hundreds of people engaged in our in our grassroots footy. Maybe it's because it's 16, 17 degrees at the moment and it's glorious
nice sunny Saturdays.
Nice sunny Saturdays and people want to get out.
Yeah.
My eldest boy is away at university at the moment, and when he's not injured, he's playing local footy. And we travelled to watch him play last year, and you can count on one hand or two hands the number of people supporting club rugby where he's playing. There's just no engagement. You can hear the crickets.
Yeah.
It's
tough to play when you run out and there's no one there watching.
There's no one there.
I know you're doing it for the brothers next to you, but really, really tough if you don't have a crowd there. You know, you want those people, and that's why we encourage you every week. Get down there and watch the games live. You know, if you're over in Australia, as you say, or anywhere that you can't see the game, tune in here, get your subscription, and jump onto Local Gecko TV. But if you're able to, get down to those fields and cheer those men and women on, because you know, they love it. They feed off it, and that's what's going to progress our game here in the Bay.
Don't forget, buy yourself a pie, get some chips, get a drink, stick around in the club rooms afterwards.
Buy the raffles.
Yep. Buy the raffles.
Yep. All that stuff is hugely important, and you know, as you say, with Opotiki joining that competition now, that's wonderful to have a proper Bay-wide comp. That has Central, Eastern, and Western Bays. And would we like more Eastern Bay teams within that comp? Absolutely. When they're ready to do so. And we'd love to have them there. But you know, having a proper Bay-wide comp, well, that's progression in itself.
And I know there's one Western Bay club are chomping at the bit for their bus trip.
Oh, yes,
they can't wait to get on the bus.
Yeah.
So I did hear that they did mention that they want Portuguese. You got to get a Colts team, because there are a number of Colts teams that want to come for a bus
they want to travel too.
They want to travel.
Yeah. Well, Local Gecko is going to be travelling themselves and setting up and filming from Opotiki this weekend. So they'll be over there for us to commentate, and so that'll be a big one there. So, you know, if you're in and around the Opotiki area, get down and cheer the boys on, because that's going to be a huge one for the club. And as I say, get into the club rooms afterwards and join in. So my personal opinion, I think we have a wonderful, wonderful competition. Definitely hasn't regressed in the last 20 years. You know, progression, Can we do more? Of course.
I concur.
I got one last point. When I came back from Australia 2015, the Steamers had 2 contracted Super Rugby players. Fast forward to today, there's 24 contracted Steamers in Super Rugby now.
Well, that answered the question in itself.
There you go.
Could have saved ourselves 10 minutes, Pat. Come on. Gee.
Well, it only just popped into my head in the last 30 seconds. So that's our 10 in the bin segment. That was pretty tame, actually. I do like that. That is
I don't know if I do.
That's a great.
Don't try and fit me in there. No freaking way.
Oh, next week we're going to get 3 of us in there.
Yeah, chuck them in too. But look, if you've got anything that you'd like us to debate, please get through onto the social media, flick it through by email, and we'd love to talk about what you want to hear.
That is absolutely brilliant. Love it. Okay, moving on. Club Legend of the Week, Garks.
Oh, look, we have all got club legends in every single club, whether they're the person behind the bar or the one that sets up the fields, or...
It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, with frosty mornings and they're out there putting the pads up and the flags up, We've all got legends around every single club. We want to know all about your club legends because, you know, if you're in Tauranga, you may not know what Opotiki legends look like and vice versa. So please get them through to us and let us have a chat about them and share them and celebrate these awesome, awesome people. So this segment recognises these people that deserve their moment.
This week we're recognising the Ruatoki Premier Woman and Johan van der Wooden for their teddy bear appeal at last Sunday's game between Ruatoki and Mount Maunganui. Johan is a sideline photographer who regularly captures images of the Ruatoki Premier Women's side on Sundays. He works alongside frontline paramedics rescuing displaced children from conflict zones. He and his fellow comrades work under unimaginable conditions to save thousands of children every month. In support of Johan, the Ruatoki Premier Women's side organised a teddy bear drive at Sunday's match against Mount Maunganui. So when Johan helps rescue these tamariki, he can give them a small piece of aroha straight from the valley. The team here at the Bay of Plenty Rugby Boil Up podcast want to recognise the efforts of the Ruatoki Rugby and Sports Club for their efforts to uplift one of their own, and Johan himself, who tries daily to make the world a better place.
What a legend. What an absolute good bugger.
Hats off to that.
Yeah, really cool.
It's
What a
wicked.
cool initiative. You know, obviously this guy, Johan, is top tier sort of guy. You know, the kind of legends that we all look up to. But what a cool initiative for Ruatoki to put this in place to support those tamariki. I think that's wonderful. And 80 teddy bears, I hear.
Wow.
They collected over 80 teddy bears that can be given out to these kids when they need that extra bit of support through Johan and his paramedic team. I think that's awesome.
That's
Awesome stuff.
Very cool.
And if you have got your own club legend, please share, nominate your club legend to us. Send your nominations at Local Gecko Productions on social media or email info@localgecko.co.nz. I had to look at the screen for the last.
Oh. Yeah, let's just do that email. That'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah, localgecko.co.nz. God, we're a bunch of amateurs, aren't we?
Yep.
All right.
Upcoming fixtures.
Let's talk about what's coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah, wonderful.
There's some really cool things. We'll start off in Western Bay. There's 3 good games here. Rangatawa are hosting Rangiuru. Arataki is hosting Katikati. That's my pick of the week. Edie's hosting Huria.
Who do you like here, Tim?
Talk about the Rangatawa Rangiuru game. That'll be the second of 3 matchups at least for them this year, because they obviously played each other in the Rose Bowl pre-season.
Yep.
Look, second week back, I think, for Rangatawa at home. They've had to shift a couple of their games away from home due to tornado.
Weather, tornado,
So,
yeah.
look, they're always going to be hard to beat there. Rangatawa obviously made the choice to drop down back to senior local this year in a rebuilding phase. They're making the most of it, I've got to say. And we certainly love seeing them, grow again and become strong. That's going to be a rip snorter of a game, I would say. It's hard for me to pick, I've got to say, but probably Rangatawa at home.
Where are we going to next? Central Bay. There's some good matchups here. Kahukura hosting Nongataha. Reparoa hosting Marison Mikes. Eastern Pirates are hosting Murupara. And Waikite hosting...
Yeah, well, let's hope that Waikite, with the numbers and everyone that's turning up down there at the club, that they'll be able to put on a performance at home versus the mighty Rotiiti boys.
I got a tip for you. Reparoa to knock over St Mike's.
Oh, get off. You need to put some professionalism and some knowledge over that couch, because there's no chance that the Maris boys are going down. No chance. Dylan Peterson will have them absolutely humming. I know Kimmy's 100th is coming up probably 2 or 3 weeks' time. No chance. No chance. Sorry, Reparoa.
I reckon you two should wager that one.
Oh, all right.
Whoa.
Done. I will back my Maris boys every day of the week. So if Reparoa beat Marist, I'll bring you in a Coke next week.
All right. Righto, my Reparoa farmers. There's a Coke on this. and I'll tell you why they're my Reparoa farmers next week when they win.
All right. Bring it on.
Okay. Where are we heading to now? We'll head over to Eastern Bay. First reserves. Te Teko hosting Poroporo in the reserves there. And then Matata hosting Edgecombe.
Just a shout out to Edgecombe there in their centenary this year too.
Oh, awesome.
100 years of Edgecombe rugby.
And Premier Men, Tāne Atua hosting Whakatane Maris Rua, Toki hosting Paro, and the main game at Texas, Te Teko hosting Poroporo.
Who do you like there, Tim?
Look, I think I'll probably go play the safety and go for Marist over Tāne Atua. I think they'll probably have the wood there. The middle game, I think, is probably going to be the toughest of them all for the weekend. Yeah.
I'm tipping Paroa to roll on. They're having a good season.
Yeah.
And Te Teko will be too strong for Poroporo.
Te Teko will be really, really good.
Yep.
Texas, over in Texas as well.
I think we're heading to the Colts 85s. Tauranga Sports, Colts are at home hosting Te Puke Sports. And the Marlins are hosting Greerton Mass. That'll be a good game.
It will be.
Yep.
Ironically, the Colts have to play at Blake Park, whereas the Prems in development are all playing at Greeton. So it's just the unfortunate circumstance of this year's draw.
The draw. Yeah. All right, Championship Women, Tupuna hosting Oporiki, Greater Maris hosting Te Puke Pirates, and Arataki are hosting TVC.
Had the potential that last game for a mean jersey clash between Arataki and TVC.
How did you solve that one?
Well, rules are the home club have to change.
Mhm.
So I had given Arataki the option of borrowing a old set of Volcanics jerseys, but they have instead found a old set of their league teams jerseys, which are mostly red, and that's going to get rid of the
Nice.
clash. So
There's been a couple of really
Yeah.
nice jerseys. I know Te Puke brought out their heritage jersey this season.
Yep.
So that looked really, really sharp. I saw a couple of things on social media with the Te Puke team. Nice.
And being not talking about apparel at all, and being an apparel provider, was great to see Asafa Amur the other weekend burst his jersey into bits.
too big, too strong.
Too
yeah.
big, too strong. Either that or poor quality.
Yeah, well,
Hey.
wouldn't have happened with your product, eh?
No, wouldn't
wouldn't
happen. Premier Women's Games, Poroporo, were we at Poroporo or were we Ruatoki?
Poro.
Poroporo are hosting Ruatoki, and that's the televised
Yeah,
game.
well, you better find out where that is because you're televising it. You're calling that one, mate. So
I tell you.
please find out where you're going.
What's a rank below amateur?
I
Idiot.
think it's called.
It's called idiot.
Home team first is always listed.
I know. And Marlins hosting Rangatawa. Oh, there's my game of the
And
round.
Marlin's first home game.
Oh, really? Wow, they'll put on a show.
Match of the week is definitely Poroporo hosting Ruatoki. Live and exclusive here on Local Gecko TV, 1 p.m. But only for those who live outside the Whakatane region. Everybody else, you get to the game.
Yeah. And again, thanks very much, DDL Goodrick Contracting, for jumping on board and supporting us with that one there. We really do appreciate it. Being able to get around to lots of different games. Couldn't do it without that sponsorship. So DDL Goodrick Contracting, appreciate you guys.
Development men, Portaki hosting Tupuna. We're going to be calling that game together.
Do that one on Saturday afternoon, eh?
Yep, Greater Maris are hosting the Marlins, and Whakarewarewa are hosting Te Puke Pirates.
After the last week's result, I really think the boys in red and black could get up on the Pirates, especially being at their new temporary home. So I think, good luck to Waka there.
Match of the round though, Greater and Marlins.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be kids round, kids day at Greater Maris this weekend.
Awesome.
So giving back to their tamariki.
Nice.
Wonderful.
And obviously the Premier Men's game, the sort of Premier Men's rounds exactly the same. The only difference is they're all a 2:45 kickoff. Gargs are calling the main game together as well.
We'll do that one.
And of course on
Local Gecko TV on Saturday.
Saturday.
What's going on in that head? Yeah, no. So
Shall we start again?
No, I think I've actually got my mind thinking about the Kai sponsor for today's show.
All right, do we need to stop talking about footy just so we can talk about Harvey Sky?
No, let's get through this and then we'll talk about
All right,
Harvey Sky.
we are going to have a look at Harvey
Yeah,
Sky very,
we
very
will.
soon.
Oh, I caught the steam putting out of my eye, and I lost my train of
And
thought.
back to the footy.
Okay, all right.
Back to the Portuguese versus Te Puna game this Saturday,
Yeah,
2:45,
yeah.
live streamed here.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be
Can't
a really good one. And look, not knocking Te Puna or anything like that, but I believe Portuguese are due a win, and that's where my money will be this weekend. I really, really hope that they get up. Being at home as well, I think will be good for them too.
I tell you what will be really cool is seeing the reserve packed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely packed.
But you got to think, the Blue and Black Army, they will be
They
there in
travel.
force too.
Yep.
So everyone at Portuguese needs to come on out and support their guys, because I know the Blue and Black Army, they'll have some buses travelling down there. Be very good fun actually to jump on one of those on the way home.
Yeah. Okay, Spotlight.
Here it is.
Oh,
This is my favourite part of the week.
absolute best of grassroots
Who
rugby.
sent in these clips?
I've no idea who sent them in, but look, if you
Quality control, people. Come on.
Let's have a look at some of these clips that were sent in, shall we?
all right, here. Oh, this is the game that you called there. This is.
So back in the day, I used to dream of being a cowboy. I used to go to my uncle and aunt's farm up the Whanganui River in Parakino, and Uncle Bernie, late Uncle Bernie, used to let me saddle my own horse. Chubby was his name. He was an old fella. He couldn't gallop. And I can tell you now that I used to love riding horses.
Yeah, and this one here is so lovely to see the horse in the action there. But this is a good bit of footy, and it just shows how impressive Local Gecko is, because this is not Local Gecko TV. And look at that. Look at that. That's why you tune into Local Gecko. This is what I'm talking about here. This is the Galatea
We'll just
under
tune out
10s
of this
versus Nongata under 10s. And this here is young Asher Pierce. Look at that. Spin out of that one tackle, spin out of that tackle, and boom, he's over. And this is my team here. This is the Nongata under 8. Little Charlie. Go, Charlie. Go, boy. Straight through the Eagles and in the corner.
Oh, it's Waikato getting tuned
it
up
was.
again.
Just have a look here, and I think you'll find, look at that refereeing. That is just good quality right there, right in the action, and didn't even pull a hamstring, that ref.
When are you going to go and coach that ref?
This is why we need your clips.
Yeah,
Well,
hey,
we
look,
need your clips.
I'm happy to keep showing. I mean, the under 8s are scoring about 50 tries a week, so I can give you plenty of things. But no, so they're under 10s there before that, the Galatea versus Nongata team. I did want to mention the Galatea team. I will get you a jersey to show you, but they've got their whole JAB kitted out with this beautiful jersey with a picture on the front. As you drive out towards Galatea on the road there, you can see the hills and the forests, and it looks exactly like it is. And that's
Wow.
on every single player out of there, right from the little tykes playing Ripper right through to the bigger boys there that are tied up with Galatea. It is awesome to see a really, really cool jersey, and that's something that's just come out this year. But the team that they were playing there was my stepson's team. Our little Benny Break, he was playing there for Nongata under 10s, scored 4 tries. It was some good coaching at home prior to the game, but
By
we
mum.
worked on that.
It's
By
Yeah, by mum. Yeah, no, I'm not taking credit for that. No, we found out an idea that so he plays halfback, and in the scrums at under 10s level, they don't have a blindside flanker or a blindside winger. So I just said to him, just have a look and go 3 tries off that alone.
Yeah.
That's good coaching.
So this is where we get you to send in your clips. We chuck them up here, and feel free to commentate on them as well.
Yeah, we'd love to see them.
Local Gecko Productions on social media, or email info@localgeckotv.co.nz.
And just to point to the Papamoa Blue Year 7s team, send in your clips, keep the referee out of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you referee like me, there's chances that you're not going to be in the clip because you're going to be 50 metres away. You'll be in line,
Yeah.
you'll just be 50 metres
Yeah.
in line.
The other couple of spotlights that I wanted to address was Tauranga Boys College. My goodness, they put on a performance.
Third
against-
15?
No,
Oh.
first 15. The Tauranga Boys, my goodness, they were looking sharp. So they put on against Gizzy. I think the score was 74-5. 74-5. And admittedly, it was pre-season, but it was that's Super 8 rugby. You know, that's the Gizzy Boys versus Tauranga Boys team, and it's scary.
There's
You
a bit of a gap starting to appear in that competition.
Yeah. Well, it comes, it ebbs and flows. You know, Tauranga Boys has obviously been strong for a long, long time. Rotorua Boys, we know how good they are, and there's plenty of other, Napier and New Plymouth, but they sort of come up and down, whereas the Bay-wide Super 8 teams have got depth right through.
Yeah.
So, you know, my young fellow will be playing under 15s there, so they have that big exchange where all of the Rotorua teams go over and play in Tauranga, and then the next year Tauranga come over. So that'll be massive. That's in 2 weeks' time, and we'll definitely talk to you about the results
Yeah, definitely.
in a few weeks' time on the podcast.
But good luck to TBC thirds against Whakatane High School this weekend as well. Shout out to that team.
I'm just looking at that food. Is it time to talk food?
Well, no, we have to wind up and actually finish before we just talk about the food. But the Harvey's Kai boil up there with the fry bread, and I'm looking forward to that.
So even though the podcast is called The Boil Up, we've been blessed with having sponsorship from Harvey's Kai, a local Rotorua caterer.
Yep.
They've catered our dinner for after this, which just happens to be hangi and steamed pudding. So Yeah.
That'll bring
Yeah.
me back every week.
Yeah.
I knew I injected myself for a reason.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
good timing, eh? Very good timing.
So lads, great to have you on the show.
Yep.
That pretty much brings us to the end.
Can I just give one last shout out?
Yep.
Big happy birthday to my eldest son, Fletcher, 21.
21.
Ooh.
Today when this is seen, but tomorrow for us here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How have you got a 21-year-old
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you only look 21 yourself?
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, cheapest. Well, that works.
It's called bromance.
Yeah.
It's
But look, this podcast wouldn't happen without our sponsors, DDL Goodrick Contracting. They're proud. I know we're proud to have them, and they're really proud to have us. So they love to support the Bay Rugby Boil Up, local Gecko Productions, and the communities that make Bay of Plenty Rugby special. They're based here in Rotorua, but they'll work anywhere. They combine more than 35 years of industry experience with a skilled team of over 50 local staff to deliver complex infrastructure projects with certainty. So thank you very much, DDL Goodrick Contracting. You guys rock. See a little contracting? Rock. Yeah, see that? That was good.
Oh,
You didn't pick that one up, did you?
You've been
No.
studying how to do this, eh?
No.
Moana, I need somebody else next week, please. Somebody that'll get my jokes.
All right, Tim, great to have you on.
Thanks, Tim.
You've
Been a pleasure,
you've
guys.
broken
Yep.
your virginity. So great to have that. Gargs,
About frickin' time.
Gargs, it's fun as always.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, let's. I'll wrap with karakia and then we are out of here because we've got a huggy.
You're going to eat? Yeah.
Yeah. It was been great having this show. We really look forward to your company next week. We will see you around the corner. Take care and be safe out there. Kia tau, kia tātou katoa, te ata whai o tō tātou ariki, ihu karaiti. Me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu, ake, amine.
Amen.
No hora mai, people. I was watching it in the back end of my Māori class. Had it on my phone on silent. And the kaiako comes and goes, "What are you doing, Matua?" I said, "Oh, I'm just making my debut in a podcast." And he goes, "Oh, we'll put it on
Put it on the big screen, everyone.
No,
have a
we
look.
won't.
Yeah.